Loftiest Shelves. High on the highest of nature's joys, laughing boys perched on loftiest shelves were howling and screaming. They have heartless hearts blaspheming God bless a godless intuition, that surging frugal fruition of a vagabond. They outlawed abscond known pond, escaping mankind and feeling unkind in mind, such mischievous minds. Thus their Antichrist left crumbs and signs, encrypted lines and rhymes unknown to the mob of times. A downtrodden shoemaker laced for his crimes with a dancing circus of lines. The creator's taste far too great a zest for even the supposed best. His precious crust, a work of lust imbued in ruby ring of jest, that he pulled yet closer to his chest. The public unseen, his quest oblivious of marvel nest, that shaman showman unwanting any more guests, no admission yet ticket hence, secret masterpiece exhibit behind picket fence, veiled his tricks, the meek unknown even cinema door, by crest of his own deceits, opus premiered, his request was empty seats. Just a madman alone at his spectacle, besides a few unknown, unnamed, cum-stained receptacles, deemed unrespectables, wide-eyed, undisguised, exposing their tentacles, though shunned by shackled vegetables, admittance allowed only to the proud, those that slide outside the masquerade to show their face and speak aloud. Admission only a gift, not a single ticket sold. And so in near empty theatre house that film rolled its gold, desecrating scripts of dogma old. A nectar aroused for that few in house. All pedestrian spouses ousted for their cowardice. In a pentacle slat, only Crowley's trusted foulest, the truest Taoists, art seeneth, pleasured by their pain, that sacrifice their life for the beauty of the game, burn their eyes every day to look upon such a dame, in desire scorch their hands to hold the very flame, to wield that fire, incinerate their name, whom venerate the brave or insane. Impossible to redeem or employ, careless of the spineless they annoy. They vampire permit themselves such voy, dare the highest delights, strive beyond love's reach to enjoy, as beastly hounds chew the world as favorite toy, for their feeding hath no poise, pleading prey left no choice, begging aloud with silent voice, as rejoicing cackles drown the noise. Those laughing boys indulge themselves the loftiest shelves of nature's joys. The Guild. Hearken the ear to this tale of burdened man, his heart bruised, skin pale. A new star he choose to know, true winds eagles sail. Midst the mountain gorse flew alone the failed, exile's seeker, a seeker of meek he had flailed, now vagabond his art impaled. Found some peace for a while on the cross he was nailed, yet in the monastery it felt a lie he lived and hailed. There's something deeper in the heart to availed. Dare power speak in ghosts' solace, for the weak and bare cower in face of true Adonis. Alas, the darkest god be most honest. Behold, terrible trauma of truth tragic. Story he birthed, satanic panic, who took purity to its end, a monk manic, found former proof in dark magic. Thus once upon a blessed sky, when all was white and he but beginner, unscarred fathers told him to tell a lie made him a sinner. In practice he found a flawed design. In time he questioned to maintain such lie. Had his teacher fully walked such line? Or was it to test the courage of mine? That this teacher even shrewdly taught to the divine, he would have directed the sun to a different shrine. The sun heard rumors, faint whispers of appointed time, where the forbidden undress, the truly sublime. Last doth he knew now for the weak man's sake, when the meek doth sleep in the sky opaque, outlawed truth the candles quake. The night had come, his courage took form, and in his breath, of final of norm, the sun snuck down from dawn. Ever silent, barefoot step he take, unto the circle those priests of night awake. A greater truth the fathers spake, kept secret for the masses' sake. Their tongues transgressed beyond the fiery lake, and unto rites the very few must take. Acknowledge they the sun's blood could not be faked. Thus this they spake, O sun, for all our sake, our one law this pact ye make, by the blood ye too be implicate. To protect our fate, thereby rare thirst we satiate, defying all that once mattered, the ceiling of glass forever shattered. The circle is ours, and by blood we guard the guild. Hooded we live, by forbidden shards we build a great mirror marred. The reflection of fire that spoke, our ears charred. Before it we kneeled, all fear discard, but still we looked upon the source of real. Our souls burning, our eyes peeled, we bore witness of fate unsealed. Opened gates, lies once barred, to know the truth of who we are. Thus we bear the scar unhealed, to face the God our hearts revealed. Mark of Cain. Scarred ye mark of Cain, serpent's task, a mother's pain, thus Abel laid. His curse is life, did Adam say, lest ye be gone of righteous way. No hand outstretched to ye beyond profane. Thus this day thy brother ye slain, lest ye beget path ye asked for rain, never lest ye be seen again. Scorched by sun of pains now, numb Cain ye pain in blood doth run. The curse of lesser hearts in shun. The ruined spoils of war have sealed the door. Thus ye Cain be forevermore, to walketh empty streets, the furthest reach of mountain peaks, to beseech thy peace. The mob appeased, a fugitive of wolf in fleece, robbed of taste, a father's gaze displeased, alone in maze, diseased, erased for peace, a face forbidden. The crowd howl good ridden, thus ye remain unforgiven, hidden. Yet ye by hopeless hope, by fate hath found new rhythm, secrets of night, way unknown lit of starlight. Thus ye find the others, maketh strong new brothers, those who have tasted death and bear new lovers. They that thrive behind curtain covers, for ye Cain are not alone. Thus moon revealeth paths unknown, which the sun had never shown, for ye slept before ye mothers wept, and was yet to see thy resurrect, the dawn of the elect. And by way the new name protect, lest thy serpent's task is done, the bridges burnt, their keepers slain, relief hath scarred thy mother's pain. Past belief be charred, thee be no lord's minion. Now thy eyes are open, look upon new plane of thy dominion. Thy world hath just begun new name. Welcome home. 'Tis not the end, but greater power and domain. The blood is spilt. Now hearken, vessel, to thy reign. Need not run from thy own vein. Awake in the dark, O son of Cain, for by that mark ye live again. The beast betray. Amidst the riots and decay, away the serpent slithered. In his wake the city ruined lay withered. A gasping man ran and ran from eye of blizzard, believing he could outrun, defy the cunning lizard. Seized that hour, unholy magic unearthed that wizard. He unleashed a beast of power that feast a human gizzard. As he ran and ran, gales lapped and flowed his cape. The man he realized there was no escape, who was safe. No space, no living being spared, none but himself could withstand his breathing. His torment could not be shared. This he knew and despaired, ironic proof some part of him even cared. Thus alone, his night and day he be withering, wallow. To the end of the earth the curse doth follow. I, own mind his madness, hollow, borrow, till naught left but sorrow. Must I bind ye very self in chain, or withdraw to save the very earth thy reign? Veto all gain to spare the weak all pain. What place is safe for a beast untamed? For that force that flow through he unnamed threatens every place he stay. Every face he could love one day he slay. Thus once again he shoo himself away. But every start, every new time the wizard may follow that lizard night and day. Despite every promise true of heart he say, sincere his longing prove, yet the beast betray. Till one day came that all was safe from the monster's play. A stake in his heart, his frown, at peace now asleep. His body cold on the ground, that ghoul in mud. His body 3 months old when he was found, in a pool of blood. Even his own death had he defaced. Rumours raced, his name beyond disgraced. All his good deeds of course erased. Many whispered of his fame, but never would know what he did taste. Nor would they ever hear what he had to say. For he knew if their ear should hear what that wizard may, they too be stained curse and night and day. Thus silent verse he remained, in hearse at peace he lay. At last the public's worst left to rot, the feast decay, where his thirst cannot breach, and thus the beast betray. Aeons. How many aeon needeth pass? Is it years, decades, centuries asked, to easeth eyes upon Cain's mark? A fair question burdened such task. If unforgiven must be forgotten, too stained its white cotton, to nestle amongst bride's flowers, believeth to creed the apple's very seeds now rotten. It's only such fate already begotten. Must Cain simply seek new peak? Thus he has dared, others' whispers not creak. Judge declare he never loved among the many people's shrieks. Outcast from meek at last to raise his mast among the tweaks. Find his place in name where priests fear not speak. For if thou bound his past, and leave him naught but reeking creeks, expect rape ye seek, Eve's son the freakiest freak of freaks. No grave marking his deceased angel, unbecoming undead he reaps the weak. Steals their very mind, undoes their peace, their own making come to pass. For years, decades, centuries past, dark will terrorize their hearts' hark. Aeons Cain's scar maketh their eyes burn upon his mark. Weak Disdain. Once did reign most debased sadist, insane deranged, devout whore Satanist outlawed by his own greatness. No, thus fable sounds sad, but not really. Ye such label sounds bad, but not nearly. You see, the truth is much worse. I've proved your ear be cursed if such words should fall upon just herds. Would desolate the very earth, desecrate thee next of birth, and thereafter, would cease all joke and laughter, the horror echoing back beyond thy father's father. So pace thee pain, uncover gradual gain, and in time ye claim the terraced frame, dominion of unspoken name, bear full length of Cain's mane, becoming attain the very fear the weak disdain. Sinners' circles. Thus in his time amongst new monks, the circles' rhymes they sung crudely debunked, in the sunnal notions of honor compassion sunk, and was born in word new treaty, decreed malice and greed, brought worlds to its knee, the righteous bleed for wicked deed, just mere chicken feed for unshackled mind, power wolf freed. The upright easy pawns castrated must beg and plead, remain frustrated to maintain a false virtue seed, for integrity renounce all power they can manage, to grant illusion of safe passage, bound by their word of marriage. Yet 10,000 of their best undone by one savage, a single oath breaker might slaughter the creed of the Quaker's right, a lone vow faker, the world's taker of all in the night. By the morning he be out of sight, unseen for all that were dead before light. The unholy monks knew method be true. Thus the fathers spake to keep this way between the few, to safeguard this play between such high player, for such play on one another would slay a giant slayer, spewing hell's opus upon the flare of such debt to end the unpaid play of pair, the sinner's circle's ultimate fear, their own betrayed betrayer. Kissed the sadist. Oh, those loftiest shelves of the sadist, our latest fragrance to lace these basins with blood supreme, love reserved for the most daring dreamer's dream, truly the most outlawed theme, joyous pain obscene, a most devout lord's cream. Why must it feel so good to be so mean? 'Tis proof of twisted maker. Don't defame the bread, but blame the baker. Are you not the game of thy creator, pawns of such mediator, who acts in ways you call a wanker? Your innocence enthralls your spanker, now worship your god, my thanker. On loftiest shelves unlisted, realize your submission made this twisted rapist. As if you had a choice at my feet, 'twas you who kissed the sadist. Whoredom. Cruel to be kind is exactly as Cain mean. You see now how my mind liveth best dream. You see now how my brow doth cow, how I am doth bound to now, to devour every cent, every dollar, every hour, and I know I am the man indeed. My plan ran unto mounted scape full of barley, bran, and it grew and grew. And we can see that new cast the seed that grew. We earth eyes be not dusty nor blue, a rusting head be the true in boredom. I pursue of whoredom, a nice wretched lust, I give birth out of must, for needeth I the greatest high. For if I was to deny for too long, maybe a year and 5, I'd barely half alive. I'd be a shadow of my former self, I truly, despite my sin, would cause poor health due to my denial. Thus I am Magi priest, swim of Nile, I know thee beguiled, I be mad. I even be glad when my head hit the floor and I bleedeth. Bad that I need not worry, for away I scurry. And ye knoweth not my name, for I am the most gorgeous dame that dareth look upon that flame. Thus she could never know the treats I seek, for they belong not to meek, only the truest most daring seek to take a peek. Unless beware the haunting snare of peace, for it maketh thou reek of fear and disease. The masses appeased, but truly in thy heart thee was fleeced. Whereas I layeth there, oiled, greased, getting piled in by all who please, or a disgusting whore so vile on his knees, to beareth cock of these disgusting mockers of God's greens. Cast this day from their gob these things obscene, thus the mob could never understand his dreams. For they are but figments, weaker pigments that lack of the colour that he doth rush onto his paper. That black pauper, he definitely ought to run unto the flames of Devil's daughter. From here over me I say, I needeth none of thee, for I am alone but truly free, to raise the flag beyond the fickle need of those alike of able that beg and plead, beg and sacrifice the blood they bleed, to beget nothing but further need. Whereas I soar, tasting more beyond the furthest planet, I soared, and thus I reigned supreme, alone in greater dream, nestled mongst filth obscene, relishing every scene, doing exactly as I mean. Cain, kind in his cruelty, I live of bestest dream. Faceless Great. In the words of the most notorious Faceless Great, a writer's gate shall seize his fate. Thus the kingdom he relate was set down by one great ark. Men refused to date a name despite his fame. From his misfortune lay waste the works of his bitter taste. His genius laced with rumor, riddled in disgrace. Thus the opus revealed heart, but never his face. His flames forever licked, and his ashes chased. Even after his death, the jury raved irate of that writer's gate, and how it truly sealed his fate as the most notorious Faceless Great. Unholy Hero. What wounds ye lie or truth? If he protect ye from the truth with lie, then what good is he? Is all truth good? When he say ye protector, he protect ye with lies, to shield ye eyes. His lies the truth of his protection. What hero is he? What he say? He thou protector of the holy, thus the greatest guardian of love, he must deceive to keep thy peace. If the highest good must use the greatest evil, and the highest evil serves the greatest good, then 'tis the greatest good for thee that he must be evil. Thus with all his might to protect the good, he must harness the greatest evil. You really feel all truth is greatest good? Thou espout the greatest evil. Thus the greatest act of evil was to speak the knowledge of truth. Thus the greatest act of good was to shield with the greatest lie. Thus the truth be pain and bitter, the lie of peace and sweetness. I protect ye from more than you know. Who knew? Pondereth of late, we all played a part in that soup of art that was the life of that son. Gasping as he run and run, questioning what was said and done, how it happened, wondered the son. He asked and asked, but the answer was none, and the hour was late. Plus he was too far now from banished gate. Still he wondered the son. Tears in his eyes he asked the skies. Who knew a mother's love could create such hate, manifest such a dark irate fate? I, now twisted, narrate such ornate, delicate traits, forged by those of my belated, horned, frustrated, decorated in a pain far beyond the sane. In bloody rain that power strain, a gift to the undeserving, castrated mundane. Too much love would birth that horror above. A vessel to shove its cock of blood, a hellish mud smothered the landscape with its tender bud. Overly consoled, left truly uncontrolled, cast a truly perfect mold for terror struck from gold. That well of compassion was yet to fashion a pattern, his every cry her heart felt, in tainted womb love smelt, kissed too much without a welt, far too protected from a belt, only ashes it would fasten. Who knew a father's disgrace would wound a smiling face? Where was his embrace, leaving scarred outlawed, abhorred for his taste? Outcast, proclaiming his own race, his own name, a truly troubled case, the criminal thought at his own pace. Lightning striking that rod of sodomite, igniting a frightening, pining god of might, exiled from day. Chill night he plunders plight, onwards, upwards, till first light, contemplating a wretched life. Who knew a brother's shun could cock a gun, run him to mists trod by none? Alone, unknown, darkest seeds were grown, sown by the need to lie, to keep ye by thy side. Else ye abandon once more at hell's door. Thus I witnessed that gore. I looked aside to find my hand held no more, and there I found a world without law, allegiance to none but the inner whore. Thus with tooth and claw I scrabbled from the core, unwanted, unrecognized, disguised in cloak of lies. And be that ye may still love what crawled out those styes, even if it is lies. If ye still love me, it still suffice. Deep down we all knew that mother's son could never outrun the truth that we all created what he had done.